Hello guys, let's make this cute miniature mushroom. So we simply start by making a slip knot to make that head of that mushroom. And after making our slip knot, we tighten that knot into our hook and we simply chain 4. We go by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. I should have taken a smaller hook. By the time my mushroom was done, I realized that I should have taken a smaller hook, but no worries. So we're going into that first chain and we will make a slip stitch. Yes, we are making a slip stitch, and then we will simply chain 1 and begin working inside that very circle. Make sure you don't work in the stitch but you work inside circle. All right, so we chain 1 and work inside our circle. We go by making 8 chains of total single crochet. So we make 8 single crochet, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. If you want, you can just leave that tail behind, but I'm working over the tail. Make sure to not take that tail, because if you take that tail, you might get your tail all tangled in your work. So yeah, you can also leave that tail behind if you want and simply secure the tail and chop it off. So 8 single crochet it is. I'm just securing that tail, making sure my circle is tighter. And so we're going to slip stitch into that very first chain we created. So we're going inside that first chain and we're going to make a slip stitch. And after making a slip stitch, we go by making our row 2. So it's simply going to be a small button, like the way mushroom head looks like, similar to that. So now what we will do is very simple. We'll simply make 2 single crochet inside every stitch. So it'll be a total of 16 single crochet, because in the last row we made 8 single crochet. So we'll just go inside that stitch and we'll make 2 single crochet inside every stitch. So after we are done with making our 2 single crochet inside every stitch, we are simply going inside that very first stitch and making a slip stitch. So we make our slip stitch and then we chain 1 and proceed by making single crochet for the next 2 round into every single stitch. So it's as simple as that. You can fast forward it. You can also jump to the body portion, and after this we are going to make that dots, that mushroom spots in our mushroom, which is very simple. So we simply go by making single crochet inside every stitch for the next 2 round. So our head is all ready. Now we're just going to make those knots for our head, those spots which we are going to add into every bits. So making it equally spread out so that those spots look very much alike your original traditional animated mushroom. Strands of this white yarn to create that knots. 1, 2, 3 4, 5. So we are going to make 5 little knots to create that spots in our mushroom. So I am going for 2 knots. As you can see, so our knots are ready. So we are just going to take this darning needle and try to put the end in our darning needle. It's quite a chunky yarn. Now we are just going to take it, and wherever we desire to put it, just going to take that knot, simply put our spots in our mushroom. So we already have our knots here. This is how it's going to look. We have our strand stuck. So I'm going to take this end as well and try to put it inside. So we are taking this and putting it that same space. I believe that our knot has become a little too less the size, and that could be the reason I'm literally struggling with both the sides. So I'm just gonna take this end and put it as well. So what we're going to do is, if your strand is too small for you to handle, you're just gonna pull that one you already inserted and secure it, and take this one, and I'm literally struggling. Simply you can use your back portion also to secure that. See, I'm using my back portion and just gonna take out that tail from here. You can do that as well. Yes, there you go. You have your first spot here. Wow. So that's how it's gonna look like. So I'm gonna add more of these, spreading it equally into every sides, and then we will come back. After putting our knots, what we are going to do is we will also make a knot in the back side to secure our knots. that this work is literally miniature, and that is the reason I'm struggling. So I'm just gonna take these strands, and this red yarn seems to be interfering a lot in between my work, so I'm just gonna secure it like that. That's gonna help your knot in the other side to be secure as well, so you can just take the strand in the back and secure them with a knot. So our mushroom head is completely ready. What we're going to do is that now we're going to make the body. So to make the body, we'll take white yarn. What we'll do is very simple. We'll just simply make a slip knot, and we'll chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to go inside that very first chain and make a slip stitch. So we'll go inside that first chain and we'll just make a slip stitch. There you go. And then we are going to do our 8 single crochet inside this ring. So we begin by chaining 1, and then we will make 8 single crochet inside the circle. Make sure to make go inside that center of the circle, not inside any stitch. So we'll make 8 single crochet. Tighten this tail. So exactly 8 single crochet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to just pull that tail tight and go inside our first stitch and make a slip stitch. Now that's how it should look like in the bottom part. So it's going to come all the way up here. We chain 1, and then we're going to make 1 single crochet for the next 3 stitches. Having trouble going inside that stitch because it's too tight. So 1, that is exactly not a stitch. That is just the front loop of the stitch. 2, and 3. And then we are going to make 2 double crochet in our next stitch. To that very stitch we go inside and make, in the same stitch we make another single crochet, and then for the next 3 stitches we make 1 single crochet and then increase in this stitch. So go inside that stitch, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, and in the next stitch we'll make 2 single crochet together, 1 single crochet, go inside that stitch, very same stitch, make 2 single crochet, and then we're going to go inside our first stitch, the last row, and make a slip stitch. Inside that very same stitch and make a slip stitch. That's all. Now what we are going to do is very simple. For the next 2 rounds we just make 2 single crochet, okay, 1 single crochet each stitch for the next 2 rounds. So we're going to make 1 single crochet for the next 2 rounds. Just keep on making 1 single crochet into each stitch. So keep on making your 1 single crochet for the next 2 rounds. Make sure to make a slip stitch when you reach your last stitch. So we have almost reached making single crochet into our last row. So we're just going into that very first chain we created in the beginning of our row and make a slip stitch. Then chain 1. So we're going to chain 1 and proceed with making 1 single crochet into next 3 stitches, and then we are going to decrease. So this round is all about decreasing. Remember this first stitch, we are going to make a slip stitch. That's right. So just proceed with making 3 single crochet into our next 3 stitches, 1 single crochet into our next 3 stitches. So there we go, we have our 3 single crochet lined up, and now we are going to decrease. For decreasing, what we do is very simple. We do not go inside that entire loop. Instead, we just take that front loop. So we go inside our front loop and we go inside our front loop of the second stitch, 2 stitches together, and we just pull out our loop, 2 loops on the hook, and we make a single crochet. That's our decrease. Okay, so for the next 3 stitch we are going to make 1 single crochet again. So keep making 1 single crochet the next 3 stitches until we decrease again. Then we are going to decrease. We're going to make our decrease here. So what we do is very simple. We just go into that front loop of our chain and front loop of our next chain, 2 stitches together since we are making a decrease. only the front loop, not the entire chain. We simply pull out a loop from those loops, 2 loops in our hoop, and single crochet. That's all, simple. And now we are going to slip stitch into our first chain that we created in the beginning of this row. Simply go inside that stitch and make a slip stitch, not a single crochet. So there you go. So what we're going to do is very simple. For the next row, we are just going to chain 1, okay, and then we are going to make 1 single crochet for next 2 rows again. Okay, so keep on making 1 single crochet until you reach a certain height. So into our every stitch we keep on making our 1 single crochet, just like that. So we keep making 1 single crochet. For the next 2 rounds. Since because of very minimum sunlight, I have changed the place of my making video. So in this round, what we are going to do is very simple. We finish the round with a slip stitch. So we did 2 rounds of single crochet, and now we're going to chain 1, and we're going to proceed with making 2 single crochet into our every stitches. So certainly we are making an increase. So 2 single crochet into our every stitch. To that last stitch, and then we are going to this stitch. So we are making an increase by just simply making 2 single crochet into every stitches. So we are having a hard time finding the stitches because of the stitches being very small, and next time I'll take a smaller version of hook. This hook seemed to be a lot more. Actually the thing is that the yarn is chunky, it's not the hook exactly. So we're just going to proceed with making our single crochet into every stitches until we make an increase, and then we are simply going to join our work by making a slip stitch. Alright, so we have almost reached the end. We have reached the end. So what we're going to do is we're simply going inside that first stitch and we are going to make a slip stitch. Done. Finish. So now we are going to cut off the yarn and we are going to assemble our work. I hope it does look like the body of the mushroom. So what we are going to do is very simple. We are just going to cut this part very long because we are going to sew it. So I've kept a long tail because I'm going to sew this into this. It's going to be like this, don't worry, it's not going to be so small. So I'm just taking my yarn and putting it inside my darning needle. We are going to take that back loop of our mushroom body and take the front loop. You can keep it, you can take that head from anywhere, sew it, and take the front loop of our mushroom, not the entire stitch, so we do not go inside that entire, we're not going inside our entire stitch, rather we're just going inside that front loop. Alright, so just go inside and sew it like that. So you go inside that back loop of your white one and front loop of your red one, the head, and we keep sewing them until we sew it perfectly. Alright, so keep following this pattern until you reach to completely sewing the head and the body together. I must say, making tiny things is indeed a challenge, because when you make bigger things, the flaws are bigger as well, but you can easily count your mistake and make it a simpler or easier method, and you can always solve your mistakes. But while making a smaller project, one mistake and you might have to rely on taking off your entire project, making a blunder out of your entire project. So make sure to sew them properly, that mushroom head, taking that. Alright, so we're gonna come back when I am done completely sewing my head. And before we proceed to sew the complete thing, we just take this scraping yarn and we put it inside this. We will not put it in the head because I'll tell you why. And we are just going to shove all these scraping yarn inside our body because we want it to be puffy. So we are going to take those yarn and we are going to keep it in the end of our mushroom in our body. There we go. And now we are going to completely sew our mushroom. So we finally have our mushroom ready. Look how adorable that looks. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take this tail and we are going to put it inside, because we do not need that tail outside, so we will simply put that tail inside. Alright, done, simple. And we are going to take that head and we are going to bend it, and we're going to make it like that, making sure it does look like a mushroom. We're going to bend that and see if it's looking like a mushroom. There you go, your mushroom is ready. How cute is that? Let me know in the comment box with regards to any suggestion or views you might have. I'll definitely reach out to you making more miniature cute videos. And I was thinking of turning this into an earring. I always wanted a cute bobble mushroom earrings. Who doesn't fancy a cute red mushroom? So if you want, you can also create different kinds of mushroom. Here I have created a very fat looking odd mushroom, which we do generally eat, though that custom mushroom, traditional mushroom also known as, so that you can make different colors or varieties of mushroom. You can create your own imagination, you can innovate. I like these two variations of mushroom, and I would like a earring of these. Especially I would use that brown mushroom to create some home decor items. So you can make as many mushrooms as you want. I don't know, mushrooms are adorable when they're miniature in size. So please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comment box with regards to any suggestion you might have. Bye bye.